I'm not going to do because Discord already hates me. But just like as far away as we can get while still kind of being downstairs, like, look, this is kind of a pattern if rumors are true. People get near the Commodian Empire, they get sick for a little while, and then just out of nowhere, like, they get better. And suddenly it's Commodia or death. So if he's sick and already delivering suspect messages, and we're already seeing a plague that no one can explain and came out of basically nowhere, do we think that maybe this is coming from the Empire and it kills anyone whose loyalty can't be changed like that? I mean, it feels like that's kind of a massive leap to make, but
Mm. But do you think that this illness makes people not just pro-Canadian, but would do anything for the Commodians, or do you think that they still have some cognitive ability?
I've heard stories of families getting ripped apart, people murdering their spouses in bed. Like, it gets dark, and again, it's stories. It's not a lot to go on, but they literally sent us here with a doctor who specializes in magic plague. I feel like maybe we should consider the possibility they're connected.
Mm-hmm.
And like, especially with the whole one god, like, who does one god? That's just weird. I appreciate the giggling in the Discord.
Well, look, do we think there's anything we can get a prisoner now, or should we go and investigate other areas and then come back later?
I feel like we've gotten what we're gonna get, and later is just going like later is probably going to get real bad for this guy.
Maybe did you have any questions you wanted to ask the prisoner before we left?
Chloe,
I missed all of that.
yeah, just so you know, you're very quiet. I know you're keeping quiet because people are asleep, but
Right, good. Maeve, did you have any questions you wanted to ask the prisoner?
I mean, I think I have quite a bit of questions. I'm just trying to think if we would get a truthful answer or not.
Well, I think I might be able to shake something loose if you guys want me to give something a little try.
I don't think it'll hurt.
I will
Alright,
also.
let's do it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, while they're having that conversation.
Oop. Muted.
No.
This is so sad.
I just told him.
And I was just saying, while they're having that conversation, since I'm still in the cell, I would love to have grabbed Flynn and been like, "When did the hunger start?"
Yeah, sure. He's Grim. You definitely get the vibe that he is like. You don't need to be rolling inside to tell that he is freaked out by you, but in that way, where like he has probably seen something freakier in recent days. So you're still freaky, but he's still shell shocked from other things, so he's not like losing his shit. Uh, but he kind of stutters for a second. Like a week and a half ago, a little bit around that time.
Where?
I mean, I was just doing my normal thing, running letters. I hadn't had a package in a while.
Where were you?
Um, I don't know, on the road. I just kind of noticed, over time that I wasn't feeling good. I hadn't been close with anyone who was sick. I had only been going to where I pick up the letters and then delivering the letters. That's all.
What road did you take?
I just walked through the woods.
Grim will back off, very frustrated.
I will briefly remind you guys out of character, just because I don't want you guys to feel stumped. You were told that of the names that had been gotten from Flynn about the people who he was delivering and picking up letters from, that there were 2 names that were still uninvestigated. You guys are welcome to investigate those if you want. And there's also the drop point, where apparently Flynn picks up letters.
I've still had something I wanted to try with Flynn.
Slay.
And we're also still waiting for the captain to come back with said letters.
Yeah.
So it's less about being stumped and more about, too many irons in the fire.
Understandable.
So I'm going to let Grim back off and let him breathe for a minute. And then Brutus is going to walk back towards the door and kind of like eyeball Flynn and do the like, look me in the eye gesture. And then he's going to say telepathically, does this feel familiar? Is this something that's happened in the last couple of days?
Brutus, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy! This is gonna go great! 17!
Say again?
17.
Nice. You reach into Flynn's mind, as you normally would, to speak. It is this phantom feeling. Because you succeed. You're fine. You're safe. So you only barely notice it. And even as you ask the question, you have your answer. Because for a moment, you weren't alone in Flynn's mind.
Oh.
Flynn kind of startles a little and says, and speaks out loud. I haven't been hearing voices. Is that magic?
Okay. I want to do an insight check really quick just to see if, like, he's scared because he's caught or he's scared because that's genuinely out of, like, the realm of what he knows how to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And that is another fucking 17, 15 plus 2. Oh my god, D&D Beyond.
Hell yeah. He is definitely scared. Like, the more this goes on with all of you, the more scared he's getting. Because he doesn't understand what's happening. Whatever else it was you sensed, it was gone, like, literally the second you noticed it. He doesn't seem to have been aware that there was anything else.
Okay. Alright, cool. So, Brutus is going to reach into his pouch and grab his signature negotiating piece, a piece of candy. And he's going to hold it up and say, "You do candy?"
I mean, I'm still hungry. It's not really filling, but I guess it works.
Hey, take what you can get, right? And he
Yeah.
tosses him a piece of candy. He tosses him a piece of candy. He says, "I know it's not much, but hey, little treat now and again is good for mind, body, and soul, right? I have
Beggars
some more
can't be
bad
choosers,
news for
Susan.
you." I have some bad news for you, Flynn. I was not the only one in your head.
I mean, I hope
And the
I'm in
worst,
my head.
no, you're there, but there was someone else that I didn't get a good look at. And the worst part is, I have no idea who it was or how to find it. Now, you're telling me you've been to Commodian adjacent territory. You've been caught with some suspicious packaging. And now I'm finding somebody else in your head when really the only one in your head that shouldn't be there should be me. So I'm afraid you're gonna have to work with me just a little bit here, man. Like you gave names, you gave places,
I gave
like
names.
you did. You gave all sorts of things, bud.
I don't
If
have
you
any
don't remember,
names.
really, you don't have names of people that you delivered packages to?
I've never delivered packages.
Grim, get your ass in here right the fuck now. Like he's shouting this physically, mentally, like this is bad. Like this is data and this is bad. He's also going to raise his right arm between him and Flynn just to see if he gets the same prickle on his tattoo as he got before.
No.
Okay.
Graham will walk into the room and immediately say, "You do not summon me, child."
Your patient's got memory loss, Doc. I think you'll forgive me.
Patient's gonna have more than memory loss. Keep up your attitude.
Fair enough. Sorry, I'll do better next time. Is this
There won't
consistent with the
be
plague
a
you've
next time.
seen?
I don't have as much information on the plague as I need.
Plague? There's a plague?
Plague is a general term. If he has the
Oh,
plague, talking to Brutus now. if he has, if he has the plague, it's not going to be good for him.
is memory loss consistent with anything you know about any kind of disease, magical or otherwise?
I mean, there's a handful of conditions that could cause it. You would have to be a lot more specific.
Is there anything that would be consistent with his other symptoms, Doc?
I would have to do an entire physical on this person, and I do not think that they are in the mental state for me to even begin to look at them.
They could be. Flynn, are you in the mental state to be checked if you have the plague or not?
I don't know what that means. What?
I don't.
He's like in the background as the three of you are like discussing this literally in front of him. He is progressively just like looking more and more freaked out.
Okay.
Do you want to know if there's
So,
something wrong with you?
I don't even know why I'm here.
okay. So Brutus is going. Oh God, I'm gonna regret this. I know I'm gonna regret this. Okay. Um, Brutus is going to walk towards Flynn and he's going to take his hand and say as gently as he can, Flynn, this is gonna be a little weird, but I need you to tell me what day it is.
Um I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. How long have you been here, Flynn?
Uh, like 5 minutes?
Okay.
I don't know how I
Alright.
got here. Where is here?
Flynn, I need you to stick with me for just a couple more minutes, buddy. Alright? What's the last thing you remember?
Um, I guess my normal, uh, days. I was delivering a letter. Um, I
Okay,
can't,
delivering a letter.
I can't remember some things though. I can't remember. I don't remember where I was taking the letter. Um, I don't know why I had the letter. Um, I don't. Um, what? Why am I here?
Okay, Flynn, listen to me very carefully, buddy, alright? You're in trouble. We don't know how, we don't know why. But you are sick, and someone is treating you like you are disposable. We don't know what they're using you for, but we are going to find out. If you don't remember, then here is the safest place we can get for you right now. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Did Brutus tell Flynn that there was something else in his head out loud, or was that still in his head?
That was out loud. Like everything after that initial check was out loud.
Mhm. Okay. Can I also go into his head?
Yes.
Oh no!
So, because I've got psychic whispers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Oh
it's like
god.
a similar thing as what Brutus has, but if I can maybe connect telepathically to, because since
I,
Flynn's deteriorating so much, I would like to see if I can talk to Flynn telepathically, and if that would maybe be something else.
I would also like to make a note. Doesn't that ability allow you to connect to two people? Because if so, I would
It
recommend
does.
using Brutus as the other connection, just to be
Mhm.
like, hey, I'm trying something.
Mhm. I mean, I was thinking of actually connecting to Grim to see if I could, because if I was able to get any information about what this sickness or plague thing might be, I could tell it straight to him.
Sure.
Also
But
fair.
but I don't know what might be best. Can I maybe see what's in there first and then connect to a second person afterwards? Is that okay? Or should I do it two
Uh,
people from the beginning?
I'm fine with you doing that.
Okay, if I could do that,
Yeah.
I'll just go out loud. Just can I? I'm just gonna try something not dissimilar to you, Brutus. And then I would like to.
And Brutus is going to shout into her head, do not!
It's already done.
It's
Like,
already done.
It's already done.
Ivana, you connect. You don't have to make a saving throw. Uh, in this moment, you know that you are able to telepathically speak with Flynn, and he can speak with you. He doesn't really seem aware of it just yet. Go ahead and roll me Arcana to see if you notice anything.
That's in that one.
oh no.
You know, with this, it's not like you can read minds. You know, you can't dig through memories or,
Like
or
you,
anything like that.
it's not
Uh,
like you can read minds.
like you can, but you can't read thoughts. You know. um,
You
To you,
can't
it
go digging.
looks seems perfectly normal, average to you even.
Yeah. Can I? I just want to just speak.
Yeah.
Um. Oh shit. What do I wanna?
I think Brutus is still like maybe not shouting, but he's going, please don't, please don't, please don't, please be careful, please be careful, please be careful. Like
And that is
repeatedly.
literally Ivana not being able to ask anything because she's like, she's like, they're just like, for fuck's sake. Um. Oh. If I connect Grim, Grim will also be able to ask questions if there's anything that he wants to ask about, like the plague specifically in the head.
Yeah.
But I want to ask, how long have you been here?
You're to be clear, you're asking essentially Flynn
A
that.
brain. Yeah.
Uh
Okay.
yeah, you're getting the same answer. Doesn't remember. He's telling you again all about how
Important clarification. Is he answering in his head or
he's still answering out loud. He has no idea what's going on.
okay, okay, cool.
uh, are you connecting, Grim?
Uh, am I?
If you want.
I mean, I don't know if Grim would understand what was happening at this current time if he did.
Grim, I'm
He's
gonna talk
had
in your head.
experience.
That's okay.
Yeah, like he's had experience with Brutus fucking around with telepathy at this point, so it's not, it's not completely unlikely that he might be playing around with it enough that he could give it a try. So,
So yeah, Ivana explains to you that you are connected. Grim, go ahead and roll me Arcana with advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah.
So first roll's 21.
Huge.
We're going with 21.
Yeah.
considering that was an 11, yes.
You kind of have this odd sensation, Dr. Grimm, of, hearing Flynn both talk verbally and those words being broadcasted mentally. It's very odd. You're hearing Ivana ask questions, but in this moment, all of that is background noise to you. It is hiding from you all. It knows to hide from you, but there is something listening. And it's a flicker of a memory. It's something you've encountered before. A long time ago. No idea what, but in this moment, you can tell that it notices you and knows to try and stay out of your notice. And I'll say what's more with that Arcana and listening to Flynn's answers,
Mm-hmm.
and from what you've learned before about various magical maladies or curses and things like that, you're fairly certain Flynn's memories were tampered with, like right here and now, like in front of you guys.
Yeah, that.
Mm. Uh, can I do a? Oh no. Honestly, I think the Grim wouldn't even ask a question. I think Grim would tell Ivana, I don't think I want to be in here.
I will let Grim leave.
Yeah. I can't talk. The sensation fades from you, Grim. While the three of you are doing all of this telepathic shenanigans, Maeve, waiting just outside the cell while the three of them are hassling poor Flynn, the captain
I tried to
returns.
help.
The captain returns with a few of the letters and hands them to you and starts going through them with you. And they seem to be, as described, like letters talking about like there is a weak point in this wall. This is when the gap between patrols are. There is a supplies caravan passing through on this road at this time, and there's only one guard. Like it's all details that would most likely help an enemy to cripple the Alliance military. But the one that the captain shows you, Maeve, that he says is the one that Flynn had been carrying, is the one about this suspected assassination. It's talking about this person that seems to be codenamed White, spelled with a W, talking about how they need to be both located and also subdued, and that the options are to either kill them outright if needed, or if possible, apparently whoever would have received this letter has some kind of artifact that could capture and transport a person.
Okay. I'm gonna peek my head into the cell. Hey everyone. I've got the letters, so I've read through them and there's definitely some pertinent information if anyone else would like to look into it.
Brutus is like, how is Flynn doing? Like, he's obviously freaked out, but is there is he spiraling off into a panic attack? Oh, Chloe, please don't die on us.
I'm not.
Better not be. I'll be mad. Wilder will be mad.
I'll be mad. It's sad.
Don't worry, I've got a necromancer. It's just gonna be inconvenient. But no, like, is Flynn like spiraling off into a panic attack at this point? Like,
He seems to be not like entering into a panic attack only because he's so tired. It is just
Okay.
that like he is overwhelmed but also too exhausted to completely fall apart.
okay. So I think at this point Brutus has shifted. Like, he has gone from enemy agent to a victim of someone who is literally taking away his agent. And that is a big fat soft spot for Brutus. So he has shifted from like, this guy is, very much an enemy, to we need to help him if we can. So I think Brutus is going to take a moment to like reassure him, like maybe see if he can get like the chains off or some accommodations, so that like Flynn is not, like, he's moving from prisoner to, person of interest, a witness, essentially.
Hell yeah.
We did all notice the blood on like the floor with our checks earlier, right?
Yeah, to various degrees. You and Brutus noticed some, but Maeve picked up that there had been more, but had been cleaned away.
Yeah. Okay. Dr. Grit, is this plague? I'm guessing, since you were asking Flynn about any cuts and stuff, that it's blood transferable.
It's far too early for me to tell. A common feature between patients that I've seen is cuts.
All I'm thinking is, and this is to be like said quietly, like away from Flynn because he's so hysterical and just it wouldn't be good to say it right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anyone who was maybe interrogating him forcefully may have caught the plague if they were to make him bleed and they were to have a cut themselves?
Anything is possible, especially if the plague is contracted by the creature who did the slash.
Hmm.
But it also depends on how long the disease has been incubating. He said that he's been experiencing symptoms for a week. I find it a little difficult to believe that they would have been sick on a run.
Well, it doesn't seem like he had a very good grip of time.
Hmm. I don't know much about the plague, but I don't think that he would survive very long with it.
I think we are done with him for now, but I was just thinking if maybe it would be a good idea to check anyone who was in the interrogation room where they could have possibly contracted anything from him. Or do you think that is very low down on the list of things we need to do right now?
Disease is always priority.
That's what I thought.
Unfortunately, because of the nature of this, I am afraid that the rest of you, having no real protection against something as serious as the plague, may be put in further risk. And as great as that would be for my research, it would be very bad for the rest of the mission.
I'm sure we can find someone if you want to do some more research down the line.
Well, I am going to take a blood sample. I would love to take an arm, but I don't think this.
Squirrels around the field.
Very
Well,
I don't
normal.
think that they would
I'll
let me do that.
I'll let you take the sample and then Maeve can fill us in what she's found. Maybe don't take an arm, maybe a finger.
Permission. Grim will go up and use their syringe to take a bit of the blood and put it into a vial.
Hell yeah. While Flynn is a bit distracted being unchained and stuff by Brutus, you manage to, mostly without a fuss, get a blood sample.
Grim will also lean down and ask, "Would you mind if I take a finger?"
What? What? What?
You only need 4.
Brutus is going to immediately be like, he's not going to. Don't worry about it. Like, Brutus is so hyper focused on getting Flynn calmed down and looked after that he is stopping just short of actively trying to shove the doctor away from him.
So
Grim's
Ivana
gonna
would
pull out his
just
dagger.
go, no, he's not joking.
Grim's gonna pull out his dagger. I am very serious about this.
What?
I didn't say you weren't I didn't say you were joking. I said you're not going to.
Okay, what about a toe?
Mm. Although the fingers are discolored, I would like a finger.
Okay, but you haven't seen the toes though, right?
Mm.
Put the dogs out!
Grim,
That
have you seen the dogs?
that is a very good point. Brutus, take the shoes off.
Brutus, get the dogs out.
Okay.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look Flynn in the eye and say, "Well, it's your choice, finger or toe."
No. Okay. I'm going to have Dr. Grimm make a strength saving throw really quick.
What? Oh my gosh. Go
Can
for
I? Oh no.
How's that not natural 20 do?
Ah, damn it! All right.
You're too
So
small.
no. Okay. Actually, no. This is worse because what has just happened is a wave of telekinetic energy has brushed over Dr. Grimm from Brutus as he's basically snarling at him. He is a victim, and you are further traumatizing him for the possibility of new information. We will not turn into our enemies, Doctor. There are other patients. You can go look at them.
I can talk to this one. And for you, you better hold your place because I can very easily infect you and use you as my personal test subject. As I slam my knife down on the guy's finger.
What?
Oh my
Yeah, go
god.
ahead and roll to attack.
I would like to try and interfere with this somehow.
Um,
Like, I would like to contest
Oh, wait, sorry.
somehow.
I'll say that if you're assisting, it gives a +2 AC. Because
Okay.
it's essentially like cover, I guess you could say.
Okay.
I only rolled a 7 for the hit.
That does not hit.
Finger has strong ass AC.
No, I'll say that because Brutus has been undoing his chains, he's able to yank his hand out of the way.
Yeah, he didn't even need the cover for that. So.
At that, the guard who is standing outside the cell kind of straightens up. You're gonna need to stop that. That's not. Yeah, no. No torture.
Look, I'm gonna look right at the
Insight
guard.
check. Fucking insight
I'm
check.
gonna look right at the guard and then look around the room and say, "This isn't torture. This is science."
I'm gonna count that as torture in this case.
I can heal him right up. It'll be fine. I just need a finger.
Brennan, what about maybe some saliva? Would that do?
No,
What about like hair? Hair follicles?
no. Bone. I need a bone.
Can I
A
try to
toenail.
Nails are not bone.
Okay.
I'm just trying to work around it. What can I
Let
say?
the doctor do his job. That is why
Okay, the
I'm
doctor
here.
seems to not be in their right mind, and even if they are, I am concerned.
I am here for a very specific job. You guys do the killing, I do the medicine. Now let me do my job, or I will kill him, and you guys can deal with the consequences.
I would say, as you
Or-
say that, Dr. Grimm, that is when Captain Thorm returns and kind of pauses and rests his hand on his sword. No. You're here because I paid for you to be here. You can leave, I
You
think.
haven't paid yet.
You're only here because you're hired. I'm Captain of the Guard here. If you're threatening harm to somebody that, apparently, according to what I've heard of your investigation, is an innocent, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave, Doctor.
Look around, and I'll start walking out. But before I leave, I will get real close to the guard and say, if I do not fix this plague, you are all dead. One finger is all I asked. Remember that when you die. And I walk out of the room.
To be clear, sorry,
Brutus is going to throw telepathically. You said you want to infect someone? Fine, I will volunteer if that's what it takes to keep you from dissecting innocent people.
Only thing that Grim will say back is, it's not dissection.
Just to clarify, did you say that to the guard at the cell or to the captain of the city?
Captain of the city.
Okay.
And the reply is, I don't care. You're still hurting someone who doesn't deserve it and did not volunteer. I am volunteering.
At this point, you have been shut out of my mind. You're out.
That was out loud. That was out loud.
I'm too far away by that point. I'm not
Okay,
listening, regardless.
Real quick, I'm going to pull us out of character. I let it pass in the moment. But to be clear to both of you, PvP does have to be approved out of character prior to it happening.
Fair enough.
That is one of my rules. So, just for us to clear the air real quick, negative feelings versus not, to warn you out of character, Nor, you can absolutely go this route. I will warn you out of character. It could lead to you getting kicked out of the city. At least, to be clear, by doing all of this, like, in front of the captain of the city and all that kind of thing. If it was private, that would be a different story. If you want to still do it that way, you absolutely can. I just want to make sure you know that that is the possible consequence of it happening in front of him.
Fully aware.
Yeah, and as long as we're...
escalated so fast.
Yeah, as long as we're all good, out of character with everything that happened, do we feel like we want to discuss real quick if anyone's, like, actually upset about what happened, or are we all chill?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Right. Slay.
We're all having fun, by the sound of it.
Slay. I'm good with Dr. Grimm acting as fucked up as he liked, as long as you out of character know that you could get wombo comboed for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Alrighty, you head on out. You try to leave you try to leave the guard building, and Clover's in the way, just staring you down at the door.
Oh, this is gonna go bad.
No.
Just because I said she was there.
I
Okay,
was
I'm
so-
actually going to remember that Clover's up there, and from how Broom is acting, I'm just going to be following him out to go to Clover.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take one of my rations and throw it over Clover's shoulders to get them out of the way.
Roll animal handling.
Animal handling.
Please be in that one. It'd be so fucking funny.
Oh my god, it was!
She is giving you the look of, do you think I'm fucking stupid? Hello? Do you think I'm a dog? Hello? This is said with love to dogs.
Well, you are saying it with love to dogs. I feel like Clover is more saying it with compassion.
Yeah, Clover probably wouldn't like dogs, sadly.
Nope.
Probably chased a few across the fields.
So she stands her ground for like a couple seconds, but then she sees Maeve behind you and slowly backs out of the way, but is giving you a stink eye.
Grim will pay no notice and walk out.
Alright. If Maeve had not followed him, Brutus would have, but since Brutus watched Maeve follow him out, he's just kind of going, okay, well, this is fucking great.
was the information that you found?
I'm
What
sorry, I
was
didn't hear that.
What was the Maeve? What was the information that you found?
Maeve has
Oh,
left.
I'm out. I'm with
Oh
Chloe
yeah,
now.
Oh,
yeah.
out of
We've all
character.
walked out, haven't we?
I mean, if you
Wait, you
want to
can.
have.
Yes.
Okay, Slay.
Wait, did did
I,
you come out with me?
I mean, I'm guessing we all went outside.
Oh, okay, cool. I just
Oh
couldn't
no,
really hear.
Brutus is still downstairs.
I
Absolutely still
okay,
downstairs.
okay. I sorry. I thought we were all heading out. That's my bad. I will still be downstairs then.
All
alrighty.
good. Um, I'm sorry. So to confirm, Ivana is with me.
No, sorry. Ivana is still with Brutus after Grim got kicked out. I think.
Okay,
I think. Yeah.
awesome.
Sorry, my brain is.
All good. You are sick. We salute you.
Oh, it's just me.
Fair.
Actually, you know what? Yes. I'm definitely sick. This is definitely because I put.
So sick they can't even properly form an excuse.
Yep.
uh, but yeah, Maeve and Dr. Grimm have exited the guard building. I assume are lingering, at least in the area around it, while Brutus and Ivana are still down with Flynn, who is still panicking a bit at this point, but the cell guard has stepped past you two at this point and is like starting to unhook him and is offering to bring him to like the infirmary and stuff.
hmm
Okay, cool.
Did what Dr. Grimm did have like break skin on the finger at all or not?
No, it didn't even hit.
Okay, just checking.
Alright, I honestly Brutus is literally just basically sitting there like pinching like the bridge of his nose, just like what the fuck even just happened?
I think Grim obviously wanted that finger very, very badly.
Yeah, did not see that coming, but like that was fucked up, right? Like we just found out this guy has probably been mind controlled. At the very least, something just ate his memories right in front of us. And Grim is just like, here, I'm gonna make his life worse. Like, really? Just
Look, Bruce, I'm not gonna say what Grim did was right and was right, but you can understand it to an extent.
if he had asked, sure. The whole point of this fight is letting people make their own choices. And sure, yeah, the greater good, whatever. But method does not justify, or ends do not make means. You at you did ask for the finger, but he also very much did not say yes. Um. Anyway, but like he asked and he just went through with it. Like that's not a choice. That's not offering a choice. That's saying, "Hey, do you want to do this?" and then doing it anyway. And that's kind of like the whole thing we're supposed to be fighting against.
Like I said, it wasn't the right thing to do, but what's done is done. So right now, I think we might need to do a little bit of damage control, lest we all get kicked out of the city.
Lead the way. At this point, you're probably better equipped to deal with him than I am.
I am concerned that you think that, but okay.
You are not the one who just tried to shove him off someone with telekinesis that I've only used like 4 times in my life.
Oh, you'll get used to that. Okay, right. And then Ivana is just going to very quietly whisper, to themselves, like, okay, in the How to Be Nice book, what's next? there's like a chapter that's just like how to do damage control,
How to conflict resolve.
how to conflict resolve. Part 2 of making friends, conflict resolving.
The captain is still down here. He had kind of stepped back to speak with one of his other guards that he called in. And you kind of, as you go to either pass him or talk to him, hear vague mentions of like something about keeping an eye on someone. But are you going to speak to him or do you continue past?
I will speak to him, but it's that kind of thing, when you're like stand awkwardly next to your parents for like a break in conversation.
Yeah.
God. Flashbacks. I hate you.
So I would just wait until the captain is done, and
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah, once he notices that you're waiting on him, he kind of dismisses the guard and turns to you. Have you worked with them before, or is this something unexpected?
This is something unexpected, as I have not worked with any of these people before. However, I apologize for the commotion, and your prisoner seems fine now, but there is cognitively something wrong. So
Brutus is
I
gonna insert himself into this really quick and say, "Your prisoner doesn't remember the thing you arrested him because something ate his memories right in front of us."
yes, that.
My god had communicated some of that to me from hearing what Flynn was saying. It is discouraging to hear, but we have a magically trained healer in our infirmary, so I'm planning to have him look over Flynn and see what can be restored, if anything. Thank you for giving it your best shot.
Of course, we may, depending if how long you're keeping for Flynn for, we may come back at some point, but right now we need to look at the physical evidence and can't just keep going on it.
Of course.
Basically, it's a man's brain at this point.
I've written down for you the 2 names that still need to be investigated.
Mm-hmm.
He hands you a piece of paper. Oop, I tried to copy and paste and it did not work. Oop.
How dare.
Hello? There we go. The only names we managed to get are one Laurel Trislana, who I recognize the name of. I believe they're one of the refugees staying in the city, though I'm not completely certain where. And the other one was someone called Krajire, but I don't recognize that name. They could be another refugee, they could be somebody else entirely. I have no idea. And this is the drop point. And he writes down like directions to the uninvestigated drop point. A little quest marker on your mental map.
I'll add that to the note. Great. Well, thank you. And Maeve said that she had some information for us. Is that was that from, I'm guessing, the letter, since that is the only thing you haven't given to me?
Yes, I'll just say to make our time quicker. He runs through the same things he ran through with Maeve, showing the different messages, and in particular the one that Flynn was caught with about the assassination target called White, and the stuff about the artifact.
Brutus is going to pop up and ask, "Do you have any Commodian prisoners recently? Out of curiosity, anyone that might have reacted similarly to Flynn, memory loss, that sort of thing?"
Uh, no one that I'm aware of here.
Okay, just thought I would check. Seems
And no one
suspicious.
with the same fingertips as Flynn the corroded.
Nothing that's been reported. It's certainly possible, but not been found.
All right. I think
If
the move at this point is to catch up with the others.
yeah, okay. Just turn to the captain for one last thing. If you do find anyone else who has these sickness symptoms, I can understand you may be wary, but Dr. Grimm does know what he's doing, even if it is unorthodox. It may be a good idea to just let him have a look, just a look, if anyone else does have those symptoms, or if anyone who is interrogating Flynn does start to get those symptoms as well, because that is
Maybe
something very
disarm him first.
dangerous.
I understand, and I won't chase your companion out of the city for one event. However, we do need our laws to be upheld. I understand unorthodox medicine and surgical practices. However, as a representation of myself and of Captain Zygazark, I do need to at least know that you all are not maiming random citizens.
No, it will. It, we're not doing that to random people. No.
We'll promise to keep an eye on him next time. If he does, you'll be the first to know about it, Captain. I promise.
There will be eyes on him for, them for the remainder of their time here, but anything that is done with patient permission is fine. At least within Swiftman's
Absolutely agree.
walls.
Absolutely agree. Now let's see where the doc got off to. Hopefully Maeve didn't let them too far.
As you guys are tying that up above, Maeve and Dr. Grimm, have you guys remained in the area or gone elsewhere?
I would say that Grim kind of just put camp up right outside the city,
Oh, you left the city.
right outside where we were is what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Maeve is just actually going to follow them with Clover as well. Grim, do you think maybe there's a better way of doing this than by force?
Well, I'll tell you this. The moment that a patient can speak for themselves, yes.
Do you think there's maybe a way that we could get him to show or to speak for himself?
Grim's going to look at her and going to look forward and just not respond.
Well, that's one way to answer. Do Do you mind if Clover and I set up camp near you?
Grim will wave his hand and gesturing, yeah, go ahead.
Maeve is gonna whisper under their breath and be like, "What an asshole!" Actually, Maeve is gonna say that to Clover,
Clover
like
gives
just
like a
loud
snort.
enough for Grim to hear.
Clover gives like a snort that sounds to you like an agreement, and then nudges you for some food. All right, then I'll say that that's where Ivana and Brutus find you guys, kind of resting within sight of the guard building, but not in the doorway as Clover had been.
Please tell me, like, when they came out, like, the ration Grim, like, nailed a thing. Like, just try and get into the building and some food comes out and nails him.
There is like that ration is still essentially laying on the ground. Nobody has touched it.
Oh.
It's fine. It's been more than 5
Is
seconds.
Maeve within reach to get it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Maeve is gonna grab it and give it to Clover.
Now Clover will eat it.
Oh god. Oh no. And the worst, okay, to sum up, now we need to figure out what we need to do next while approximately half the party is at near open combat and disagreeing how to interact with people. And one of those people is also the only one in the party that has, up to this point, been at all personable to other people on his own terms.
Hey, it'd be that
Yeah.
way.
Great. This is gonna be a fun conversation. I think we're all just gonna be staring at each other for a few minutes, probably. Just like, I'm not gonna talk first. Like, because Brutus is still pissed. He does not trust himself to interact with Grim right now, so he's just kind of keeping his distance. And I'm not sure how everyone else feels about trying to initiate a group conversation right now. Like, should we all roll initiative, and whoever initiative has to take the first move? Like, is that our first initiative roll conversation?
If when we go meet up, I guess everyone's just, right. That went well.
Does Nave react, or is there just an echoing silence in the party?
They will respond. Well, I think that was for sure an interesting endeavor. I think we all should have maybe a brief talk with Grim.
We can try. He's also they're also standing right there.
Yeah. Who wants to start?
How
we could make
I start? How about Mr. Brutus there stops answering for patients when I am asking questions? How about you all stay out of my medical field and we won't have any problems?
You didn't
Okay,
give
this
him a chance to answer, Doctor.
You didn't give him a chance to answer. You decided to attack me. You decided to do that. He didn't have a choice. Sit down.
stop. This is not going to get us anywhere. For now, we are going to go look at the names that we have, the drop points, and the information that Maeve has, and the runner will turn to Maeve, which the captain also told me about, and then gave me the names. So I'm caught up on that, unless you have any thoughts or feelings about that right now.
You will do what you want. I'm done for the night.
Harsh.
So, I'd love to talk about the vibes. The vibes are completely off.
Okay. Once again, specifics, any at all, would be nice.
No, I'm just saying that our party seems to have some internal issues, shall we say? Or
Yes.
just with how people are interacting with each other. So I think it would be best if maybe we can all come to a middle ground of some sort.
I think that's best left for later. The doc said they're done for the day. I suggest we let the doc be done for the day. We
Yes,
have
I
other
wasn't
things to look
suggesting.
into.
Yeah,
For sure.
why?
I wasn't suggesting right now. I was just thinking maybe everyone can come up with some ideas in their own minds. And we can talk about it later.
We were already planning to do that, I assumed, but for the moment, do we want to flip a coin maybe? Or do we just want to pick a name?
If you want to pick a name,
Resounding
go ahead.
silence. If no one else picks a name, I think Brutus is just going to literally take a gold coin out of his pocket and flip a coin. So let's do a fucking
Yep.
D20 roll, I guess, just for shits and giggles.
Shits and gigs.
Roll. Alright, that is a 13. That is an odd number, so we're going to go for grade not Shazlana. How the hell do you pronounce that again?
Which one?
Krajir?
Yeah, Krajire.
Krajire. Alright.
So close.
So he flips the coin, it's tails, and he goes, Krajire it is. Do we know where to find it?
Well, I think that's what we need to investigate, Brutus.
Alright. Did those
So
letters have
maybe we. Oh,
did those
sorry, you go
letters have
ahead.
anything else to go on? Or did we just walk away from the captain without asking that question?
So I think, I mean, Wilder, correct me if I'm wrong. The letter was one thing, and the names were just names given to the investigator by Flynn. And she's been slowly going through the names, and these are just the last two on the list. Fair enough?
Yeah, I didn't correct you because you weren't wrong.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
we
Okay,
basically,
so
on
literally
this,
all
we
we
just
have
need
is
to
the
ask
name.
around. We have the names, and we need to ask around, is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Do
So then
any
I
of
have
us recognize the names?
I feel like that's time for a roll.
I feel
Maybe.
so. Either you guys can go around essentially asking people, with an investigation check at disadvantage, or Maeve can try and roll a history check to see if she's crossed paths with either of these names, because Maeve has been staying in Srithman for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with whatever.
I would say roll the history check really quick just to see if something shakes loose, and if we don't actually have something to go on, then we or the drop point, just because that's a more concrete starting point. Drop point it is.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's a 4, so I would say the drop point is probably our best bet.
I salute. Yeah, Maeve, you do not recognize either of the names. There's a whole lot of refugees in this city, so it's hard to know. They could be anywhere. But if you guys decide to head off to the drop point, hell yeah. I'm guessing Dr. Grimm is staying here.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we what sort of what time of day is it? Is it kind of heading into like sundown, or
It's
is it
like 1
still
p.m.
earlier? Okay, so we still got time in the day to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brutus at least is gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna look at the drop point. If you guys have something else you'd rather do, another lead chase, we'll meet back up here to talk to the investigator when they show up.
Well, I will say I'm concerned about how Flynn was. It might be best if we can stay together. So if any of us were to get infected in any way, we would at least know the point of origin.
A fair point.
Since
So.
this thing is taking away memories, we do not want to get infected, and if we are, we would at least have someone else to back up memories, or not give them back to us, but have someone to explain what's happening.
What makes you think that the sickness and the memory loss are connected?
It just... I just feel like that there is something... There's just something weird with it.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, Ivana, but it seemed like he was fine. Like the sickness was separate because his memories were okay until I touched his mind, and then there were some things there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was saw me and bolted, and that was about the time when his memory stopped working. That feels a little too coincidental, I guess, or rather too close together to be coincidental is the phrase I'm looking for. So I'm not sure that they're related precisely.
Yeah. Walden, would you say it would be like a fair, like, I guess, comparison or like connection that Brutus is saying this, Ivana didn't catch anything like at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Ivana brought Grim in, Grim got a bit weird, asked to leave immediately, and then went a little bit crazy because Ivana doesn't know Grim.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe with just how Ivana knows how people work, that maybe Grim saw or felt something and then reacted that quite passionately because he was trying to get to the bottom of something.
Yeah. I'd say that's a fair jump to make since you don't know for sure if or what Dr. Grimm encountered. But Dr. Grimm did have a noticeable reaction and immediately want to be pulled out, so I think it's fair to make the assumption that something happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know what exactly has given me this inkling, but the way that I did not see anything in there, Brutus. If you did, I'm not saying you didn't. I didn't see anything, but Dr. Grimm definitely feels like they maybe did, because then immediately asked to leave the telepathic connection and then went in on trying to get this guy's finger. So that could have been a normal reaction for them. It also may not have been. I'm not sure.
Telepathic. Ooh, I don't like the shape of a telepathic plague. I don't like that at all.
Well, no, but before that, Dr. Grimm was asking Flynn if he had had any cuts on him, so as long as we don't get cut, we might be okay. At least. At least that's what we think for now.
Here's hoping. Well, I guess I'll have to keep poking into people's brains at a minimum for the future. That's going to make things interesting.
I can help you out with that.
Are you so? Okay, if you're wanting to take that risk, I can't stop you.
I can take the risk. You don't have to.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to stop you.
No. Anyway, should we all go to this drop point? See if we can't find anything.
Well, you mentioned wanting to stay together and done, so do you want to take the risk? Or do you want to wait for the interrogate?
Is Grimm still here, or have they left?
Grim had. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would still. I mean, assuming that you haven't left the area, I would be there. But if you've left where we were,
No, I don't think we've left where we were.
Yeah, no, I think we're still like all grouped up. The guards place,
Yeah.
like debating next move, and like Grim has clocked out, to my understanding. So like Brutus is trying to figure out like who's going where, what's Grim's next move, because he's got suspicions there.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and on top of that, we're trying to stay together, sort of, for the sake of consistent memories. So
Yep.
Brutus is just trying to figure out where everyone's going and what's the next move.
Grim, would you say it's a fair assessment that it is better to stay together? No matter how you feel about the party, if you're looking at the facts. Is it or is it not better to stay together?
depends on the type of plague. Many plagues spread from proximity, some spread from contact or liquids, some are airborne. Hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
My best judgment is everyone that I've seen has had cuts. In which case, at least one of you is less likely to be cut in a group.
That's ominous.
I mean, it
Grim will look
wouldn't hurt for the two of you to fully cover up, just in case.
I think at that, Brutus is going to just kind of look at her and be like, "Do you have a spare scarf then?" Like, I didn't exactly like come prepared for like full stealthy, I need to cover up for cover of night operations here.
Yes, that is the only reason why I cover up. I have 2 pairs of spare gloves. If you would both like them.
That is the only reason I cover up. That's not an odd way to phrase that at all. Brutus is letting it go, but trying not to cackle about it.
So Ivana kind of takes out because I would say Ivana would have many pairs of gloves,
Yeah.
at least a couple extra on them.
Mm. And you probably have like an extra cloak or two.
Yeah. you never
Okay.
know.
Okay,
So
cool. So
I
like,
will pass a pair of gloves to Brutus and a pair of gloves to Maeve if they would like to take them.
Yeah.
It's not something
I
that
will take.
Ivana is being like, you have to, but it might be a good idea.
I will take the glove.
So we'll make.
Slay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and we'll say that you guys can, shift your clothing or, maybe pull out your cloaks for colder nights
Mhm.
and cover up any exposed skin that you're worried about getting cut. A simple solution.
All right, fair enough. And then, God, I think Brutus is going to nudge Ivana telepathically and just be like, I feel like Grim is not going to be following us. Take off. Do you want to check and see what the doc's plans are? Or are we just going to trust that we'll find them again?
Yeah, I can check in with them if. So I will ask if maybe Grim wants to have a quick private conversation.
Sure.
Okay, I will take Grim to the side. Your work's important to you, huh?
Let's just say there's a personal aspect to this.
I understand. But I understand that you might be someone who prefers facts.
All you need to understand about this is that every person that I've seen with it has been in a lot of pain. Memory loss, the least that they would have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Which is concerning.
Memory loss can be a good thing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But you'll want it. Look, I understand that you are doing this because it's personal to you. And if you can listen to me when I say this, I understand. And have been learning how to try and get along with others because I usually do not see eye to eye with people very well because people do not understand my actions. So I am trying to be on better behavior. So when I say I understand, I do. You want to do your job and you want to do it well and you want to be right. Sometimes you have to try and take a little step back. To be clear, this I'm not
Got a
telling you
peanut
off.
gallery.
I am not your parent. You are an adult. You can do whatever you want for all I care. But if you want to work out and figure out this plague, it seems like there may be more where that came from. So if you do anything else wrong and get either yourself or the rest of us kicked out of the city, it's not going to look good on you from me because I want my money and no one's going to stand in the way of that. So it's up to you what you want to do, but what you're not going to do is put this mission in jeopardy.
Fine. But you all need to understand this. My work is a very specific set of skills. I've worked hard to understand this.
I don't
None
doubt
of
that.
you know what is happening. I couldn't explain it to you if you were the smartest people in the room. So,
We all have a specific set of skills. You wouldn't understand some of the things that I do either.
good. I
Please do
don't
not
want to.
Good.
I need you
Do
to
not talk.
understand that when it
I
comes
do.
down to medicine, I take the forefront. May seem unethical, may seem wrong, but it will save more people than it will hurt. And I also need you to understand no harm I could do could not be undone.
Grim, all I'm saying is at least wait for an answer before you try and cut someone's finger off.
Finger was infected with something.
It was.
And if it's what I think it is, that finger could have saved that man's life. Now, if I'm wrong, he'll be fine. But if I'm right, he's dead either way. You didn't save him. You put him in a new cell that there is no escape from. I'll be cordial. I'll be kind. I will follow the law. But if I say that this is going to save someone's life, you need to accept that.
Grim, I do accept that. I don't think what you did was wrong. But like you said, you don't even have to be kind. You just need to follow the law and follow the rules here. Because it's going to get us all kicked out otherwise.
Do my best. You
I
all just need to
respect
trust
that
me.
you're smart. When it comes to medicine, we're going to have to trust you. Like you said, we don't have any other doctor here to be. And you're brought here for a reason. I have no doubt that you are very good at what you do. But trust me, this is not going to go the way you think it is.
No,
You don't have to be kind. Apart from one thing, maybe just apologize to Brutus because he is not happy with you.
Good.
And like I said to him, what you did, it wasn't wrong, but in that moment, it wasn't quite the right thing to do. But you didn't see me stopping you. I had no problem with it. But there are other ways you can go about this, sneakier ways. I could have easily, if you hadn't caused such a ruckus, I could have easily gone back in there afterwards and gotten that finger for you. You have to you don't know my skills. You just have to trust the other people in your party. We all want the same thing at the end of the day, even if there's different ways of getting there.
To be honest, I'm not going to trust someone inherently to go cut someone's finger off.
No, but now that I've told you I can, you could maybe at least give me a chance.
Fine. While you're in the city, especially while you're in the city, do your best to look out for the sick and
Okay.
note anything you can.
But why don't you just come with us and then you can see it firsthand? You do not have to interact. Just at least come with us so you can know what's going on and see it firsthand.
Promise you.
That is better than getting information secondhand.
It would be, but I promise you, you will not be getting any information if I am by your side. It is not a matter of my demeanor. There are things about me that I don't think anybody would understand. Not you, not the halfling, not the wood elf or whatever. Every single person
Mhm.
on this planet gets to live. Better if I'm not there.
Mm. But you don't know that for a fact, though, do we? So
This,
would you at least
this
try
time,
and
I do. I very much do.
very well? If you would like to join us, we're going to this drop route here. This is what we're going to. This is what is likely we're going to do next. We may even follow. Like we may even wait till the investigator gets here. We can talk to them. Maybe you can stick around for that.
We'll see.
Okay. The only thing I ask of you is that you apologise to Brutus. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Hell
And
yeah.
Vanna will just turn around and head back to the party.
Fucking incredible character, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm. It was very... Okay, to geek out for a second, I do love the moment of Ivana smoothing out both Dr. Grimm and Brutus, with Brutus being like, yeah, I didn't agree with Grimm either, but he's kind of right, but let's try and be nice. And then with Dr. Grimm being like, oh no, I would have gotten that finger for you.
Like she just straight up
Fantastic.
lied to my fucking face.
Uh, it was very funny to me.
I mean, listen, you could have insight checked me.
I could have. I had no reason to though. There would have been no fucking.
It's like, I'm sorry, Ivana's a bitch.
No, I am delighted. Every part of that is pure fucking gold.
Uh,
Oh god.
um, but as you guys reconvene, I'll fast forward us a little bit and say that you are all heading to the drop off point. And we can tie the knot there for now. If people are tired, if people are good to go a little bit longer, I have something. But also, if people are tired, I don't want to push too far.
I don't mind tapping out here if everyone else wants to go, but it's like goddamn near midnight and I have to be up at 5:30.
Bruh,
So
go sleep.
Go to bed.
Yeah, it's also it is 4:30 for me, and I know Alice is going to be getting up out of bed soon, so I need to head to bed before she gets up.
oh sweet Christ.
Fair.
Chloe, go.
Go to sleep.
Alright.
Everyone, go to bed.
Yeah, we'll play more
I'm
next
going.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Bye, you
Right.
two.
Is everyone good?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did want to touch base. That it just I don't want to seem overly careful. I'm just a worrywart. As long as we're all genuinely okay, I'm fine with it. But also,
Yeah,
if
like
anyone,
Nor, you and I are genuinely good right now. Like
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
okay, fantastic. Okay, 100% agree.
All character. All character.
okay,
Yeah,
slay.
that was a fucking delight to play. I was so excited for that moment. That was great.
And as a cliff note, I am okay with PvP happening like that. I just ask in the future, even if you guys just agree on it in text in Peanut Gallery and then RP it out, at least I would like at least an agreement from both parties that they are
Okay,
okay
gotcha.
entering in that kind
Cool.
of space.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. For also like for future reference, like Brutus's plan is already like, okay, look, I have some very strict morals that may not be compatible with what we get done right now. So I'm just going to like next time I talk to Grim, I'm going to be like, okay, look, you got to do what you got to do. Warn me first. I will get the fuck out of the room.
I will close
Like,
my eyes.
He's already considering options because he knows that like people present, he is, you know, experienced, so he's already planning for ways to work around his own shortcomings for this.
Fair.
So like this exact scenario will not, even if Brutus is the only one that knows that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Then, if we are all good and happy, thank you very much, guys. A lot of fun character moments. I was a fan of all of it, and it makes me happy that we are all a fan of it as well.
The
It's
only
just
thing I'm disappointed about is I think we've still got characters more than we have.
You cut out so much there.
Oh man, no. The only thing that's like happening, but is serious. I think we've gotten more character moments with Clover than we have made at this point.
I think that is true.
I'm going to trap Maeve in a corner and say, RP with me.
I think I'm also just very quiet.
That's fair.
Like, I just like listening to everyone.
Hell yeah.
Well, this is also how Maeve works, like character. I'm just saying, like for next session, maybe we be a little cognizant of that because I don't want you to feel left out.
yeah,
So.
exactly. That's why, like, at that one point where I got a bit confused, I was like, Maeve, tell me information. It's because I was like, oh, we all walked out. Maeve, tell me, speak to me, please.
Like I was so hoping that maybe,
Ooh.
and then Grim was just like, no.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
I
Yes,
will
maybe
make,
next
I will make
time.
Maeve.
Yes.
But also, yeah, Jen, it's just I just don't want you to feel left out at all.
Oh, I do not. I am just a very quiet person unless I, like, really, really get to know people. So I'm still in the, like, feeling out. The vibes!
All right.
Fair.
That's
No
okay.
worries.
That's
No worries.
absolutely fine.
And again, it works great for your character. So like in the end, like as you get more comfortable with us, so will Maeve. So it kind of works out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if you and also Jen, if you feel like we're talking too much, feel free to just like either stick a message in like peanut gallery if you feel comfortable with that. Just being like,
Cool.
I've got things I want to say.
Cool, cool. That sounds awesome. Yeah. I
appreciate
you all. Thank you.
Cool.
All right, everyone,
Thank
get
you,
the rest you
everyone.
need. I'm getting on Minecraft.
All right. Love you guys.
Oh,
Good night.
heck yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Alright.
Bye.